Hi everyone, welcome to our show again. We are going to talk about this Wednesday's Happy Valley meeting. But before that, we just had an enjoyable weekend for Hong Kong racing fans. We had Charene meeting on Saturday, and then we watched the races from Hanshin from Japan on Sunday. Hey Sarah, how are you? How was your weekend punt?
I'm good. It was good. I really just kind of focused on Del Mar and a little bit at Churchill here in the States. We had one big graded stakes, which I say big, it was a graded stakes, but sadly it was a 4-horse field. So there wasn't too much excitement there. But I was kind of surprised to see some of these horses back at Churchill that we had been following through their 3-year-old careers and 4-year-old careers, and then see them back on the track, how they've really rolled out. It was a good weekend.
Yes, that's amazing. And how about you, Joe? How's it going? Did you also enjoy the weekend?
I did until I watched Shatin and saw all of our picks not do so well. But it was a good race, the feature race, the Panasonic Cup. I wasn't thinking that the favorite was going to just not perform as he was. Well, I was thinking that, and that's why I chose a different horse than that. But yeah, that was kind of a disappointing. But everything else, good news about Hong Kong is that they're going to get James McDonald and Damian Lane going over there. So I'm looking forward to the Hong Kong international races, and there's some big races over in Sydney and in Australia as well. We just had Lost and Running win the Hunter, and won really well too. And I didn't think that, but it's funny because I always think that Hugh Bowman always wins the provincials and he doesn't win the metro one. So it was actually a really exciting day over in Australia.
Yes, and also that we maybe Tom Marquand and Holly Doe, this couple, will going to come to Hong Kong again in the International Jockey Championship. So all of our Hong Kong racing fans are very looking forward to December. And Steve, how are you? I know that you are informed with your French tips. Did you enjoy the Cheltenham weekend?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I'm really doing well in France at the minute. Every second day, I've got a big prize winner. So bragging rights there. I'm just chuffed to bits with it. But yes, it was really good. I enjoyed the racing at Charlton on Sunday. I actually picked Lucky Express. I was a bit lucky there. But yes, he won under Zach Purton. Remember, he was 8th behind Healthy Happy in the Hong Kong Classic Cup last season under Caristine. He was a bit unlucky as well, I thought, in that race. But he certainly looked good on Saturday or Sunday. Was it Saturday? Yes, it was Saturday at Charten, trying to confuse me. But he ran well over the 1400 metres. And of course, at Linkfield in the UK, Pile Driver had the perfect prep for the Hong Kong Vase next month with success in the Churchill Stakes at Linkfield. And also there was the usual Cheltenham clues as well. There was great 3 days action at the Cheltenham races.
Yeah, definitely. And last Wednesday, we did a good job, and I'm quite looking forward to this Wednesday because there is a jackpot for the Triple Thrill pool in Hong Kong. So let's go for the first leg. First leg will be race 5, class 4 over 1200 meters. Sarah, what is your pick?
I really like the 5 here, A Smile Like Yours. I feel like after this horse's victory last time out at Happy Valley, really showed a good form and a good strong performance there, and it was really impressive how this horse finished the race, and even the gallop out, I think, showed that there was a lot more to this horse. I think he has been racing really strong at Happy Valley regardless. It's hard for me not to play this race. I guess you could say maybe the only concern would be up in the weight is pretty decent, but I think the barrier draw for this horse is perfect. So to me, he was kind of an easy pick for me.
Yes, number 5, A Smile Like Yours, ridden by Caristine and trained by John Size. This horse is much more stable in this season at 5-year-old. And then, Steve, are you going to pick a horse with good price?
I am. I'm going for number 9, Red Brick Fighter. He's been 10th the last 3 times, but he's not been beaten too far each time. High barriers have played their part. He's been drawn in 8, 11 and 9. And he makes a quick return to action. He barely broke sweat last week under Matthew Poo, and he never got a good run. And so a quick return to action is no concern. I think he's got a good chance. He's just a few pounds above his last winning mark. And he's drawn in a much better stall this time. So drawn in 2. So I think he's going to show a far better performance. I also like Sara's A Smile Like Yours. It's a beautiful horse too, and he's got these lovely lilac silks and a nice dark horse. So I think he's a very likely winner, but I just like to think outside the box sometimes. So I went for Red Brick Fighter at probably, I'd imagine, a very good price.
Yes, currently Red Brick Fighter is having an 11-1 chance, and I also think that gate number 2 is very good for him. And Joe, how about you? What is your pick?
Yeah, you know, I was leaning towards those two as well, but the current favorite is Party Warrior, and I just like his form right now, and he's currently the favorite, but just a little bit. With Party Warrior, I know he's been hanging, so he's been getting a lot of seconds, but I think that with the previous form, he has looked really well at Happy Valley, and with Zach Purton on, there's just no way around not having him on your ticket here. But you know, 4-year-old gelding hasn't won yet. He's going to try this time at Happy Valley tomorrow. So with the same amount of weight, but he does have a better draw. I think that if he could press the pace just in the back and then move forward at the turn, I think he'll run away with it.
Yes, Party Warrior number 4, he is now still a maiden, but I think that currently this horse is much more suitable over Happy Valley. And for me, I think that the horses that we just mentioned, including Party Warrior, A Smile Like Yours, and Red Brick Fighter are also quite good. And I will be same as Sarah. I will go for number 5, A Smile Like Yours as well. And because he was not that consistent last season when he was 4-year-old, but we see that he improved a lot at 5-year-old this season, and I think that he is more honest now and still competitive in class 4. So I will go for number 5, but I also think that number 1 here comes that also has a good recent form, but the top weight and the wide gates are quite tricky. So to sum up our selections in the first leg of the triple trio, the race 5 will be Sarah's selection and my selection as well. Number 5, A Smile Like Yours, and Steve is go for an outsider, number 9, Red Brick Fighter, and Joe's selection will be number 4, Party Warrior. Also, I think that number 1 here comes that he does not have a good winning chance, but I also think that he will be one of a selection in the triple trio. And then we move to the second leg, that is race 6, class 4 over 1,000 meters, over 1,000 meters. So Sarah, which horse do you like?
I like the one here, Harmony Fire. I think getting Purton in the irons is a major upgrade for this horse. My only concern with this field is that Heart Conquered will be breaking next to him. I think their dueling speeds that could lead to a pace meltdown, because I feel like both of those horses are going to try to go to the lead. But I do like his front running style here. I just think he has the good strength to really challenge and possibly run down Heart Conquered. And I think with Purton in the irons, like I said, that's a major upgrade. And to make a move and have the tactics he's going to need in this race, I really like how he looks here.
Yes, I also think that number 1, Harmony Fire, he is now progressing well, and he will have his 3rd up in the season on Wednesday, having quite a good chance here. And then, Steve, how about you? Which one do you like?
I think Harmony Fire is quite an obvious contender because he's had 8 starts, he's had 3 wins, he's never been out the first 4. But I must admit, I was surprised to see Zach Purton on board because I don't think Jerry Chow he's done very little wrong. His form figures are 4, 1, 1, 3, 2. And I thought he did nothing wrong last time when he was just pipped by Purton in a desperately close finish, Purton winning on Harmony and Blessed. So Harmony Fire, he's effectively £6 worse off. He's not only is he £3 higher for that narrow defeat, he's also doing without Jerry Chow's £3 claim. And I think it's interesting that he's now on Heart Conquered. It's an interesting horse. He's never won in 18 starts in Hong Kong, but he's gone close often. And when they last met, Heart Conquered and Harmony Fire was giving away £2. He's now giving away £13. He's £11 worse off with Heart Conquered. And Heart Conquered had the fitness advantage that day because he had already had a return to action. He was beaten the nose by Resolute. But I just think there's every chance that Harmony Fire will win. he's got an obvious chance. But another thing I never like to see is headgear applied on a horse that I think is doing very, very well. I'm just kind of surprised to see cheek pieces on Harmony Fire, because I just think he's doing everything right. So the cheek pieces might eke out a little bit more. He might win quite easily. I wouldn't be surprised. But I just think at the weights that Heart Conquered might win.
Yes, actually, I also think that number 8, Heart Conquered, he is quite a tough horse, because we always see that he's staying in front. He has good speed, so he is also having a good chance here. And Joe, are you going to pick an outsider in this race?
Yeah, I'm going to pick Amazing Rocky, who's down the weights on the bottom, horse number 12 with Matthew Chadwick. He's ran well at the class 2 or the class 4 races, getting second and also on a top weight as well. The distance is going to be a little bit shorter, and he's not really performed as well at Happy Valley on the 1200. But according to the speed map, he should be in the front out of barrier 10. So I think that if he could just go all the way to the lead and not be contested on the lead, he could run away with it, because he does have the ability. If you look at his prior form, he has won at 1,000 and also at Happy Valley. So that's going to be a tough race. I think it was probably one of the tougher races if Zach Purton's mount doesn't win. Another one I looked at was Escape Route, and Escape Route at Jout with Morera up, surprisingly enough, is 9-1. And the speed map is showing that he's going to come from the back, all the way from the back, and most likely win. But I'd rather take one with the lower weight, because Escape Route does have a higher weight than him. And he's won on debut in the UK, but it's going to be tough. I think it's going to be an outsider, and I think it's going to be Amazing Rocky.
Yes, I also agree that I think among the 3 legs of the Triple Trio, race 6 is the most tricky one. I think that Harmony Fire and Heart Conquered are quite outstanding in this field, but if you are looking for an outsider, Joe's selection number 10, Amazing Rocky, is also a good one. And I will have a value bet here as well, that is from the Peter Ho's yard number 6, Phoenix, a Magic Phoenix. He will be ridden by Dylan Moe, which will be also Dylan Moe's only mount on Wednesday. This local jockey just achieved his 95th winner in Hong Kong, so now the weight allowance for him will only be 2 pounds. But I think that he will still be able to surprise punter on Magic Phoenix. This horse was owned by China Horse Club in New Zealand before coming to Hong Kong, and he had quite good results at Taupo and Hastings, so I believe that this horse will perform better at some tight tracks such as Happy Valley. And this horse also has quite good early speed, and this time gate number 6 is not too bad for him, so I will go for number 6 Magic Phoenix in this race. So to sum up race 6, our selection includes Sara's selection number 1, Harmony Fire, Steve likes number 8, Heart Conquered, Joe has an outsider, number 6, Amazing Rocky, and I will go for another outsider, number 6, Magic Phoenix. So we move to numbers, the third leg of the Triple Trio, that is race 7, class 2 over 1650. This is also the feature race for the day, the JRA Trophy. Sara, are you going to select another John size horse here?
Oh, yeah. Yes, I am. I really like the 4, Savaquin. I just think after watching his last time out at Happy Valley at the beginning of November, I watched the replay and just seeing how this horse really worked the field. And I think this really proved himself in that race. He's dropping back in distance, which I kind of like to see sometimes, at least over here in the States, where a trainer stretches a horse out, drops him back, and stretches him out again. I just think it not only are they playing to find his happy distance, but I think it really challenged the horse. And I think now that we're dropping him back and showing his tactic that this horse had pulled in the stretch in that last race, I think really showed that, excuse me, this, the 1650 meter shouldn't be a problem at all. So I really like him. He's very interesting. So yeah, I did pick another size horse.
Yes, number 4, Savaquin. I also agree that returning back to a mile currently is more suitable for this horse. So I think he's having quite a good chance here. And Steve, what is your selection?
I went for the bottom weight, Sunny Star. I thought it was a very difficult race, but he's a 2-time winner over course and distance. He's returned this season with 2 creditable runs at the track. And as I say, he receives weight from everyone. Alexis Bedell expressed a little concern over barrier 8, but hopefully he can find a decent slot from there. He's still improving. A strike rate of 4 out of 15 is pretty good. Obviously, the likes of Telecom Fighters and Bear again are interesting. Telecom Fighters was only 3rd on the dirt last time, so I think he'll appreciate returning to grass, returning to the turf. But yes, for me, Sunny Star.
Okay, and then Joe, do you like another horse from Francis Louis stable?
Yeah, interestingly enough, it's a American sired horse. Carpe Diem is actually the sire, and that's Cheng Chig Prince, I believe,
number 10.
Look here, number 10. Number 10, yeah. Now, he's going into the Class 2 races, so he's going for a hat trick, but he's ran really well at the 1650 in the last 2 races. And I've always said that if you run really well in the 1650, which is a whole circuit around the track, you're going to do fine. And now that he doesn't have a higher weight, and it is a tough field, but with a lower weight, I think that he could complete the hat trick. He does have sort of he has a good draw, so I think that it's not going to be too far for him to try to posse up in the positions. But yeah, I think that right now this field is tough. I mean, it's Telecom Fighters right now is 5.9 on the win, and that's kind of like, now you look at the race and it's like everything's wide open, because after that it's like 7s and 9s. But I think if you're going to go for a good value here, especially with the last leg of the triple trio, because that's going to be, even just that, it's going to be really tricky. I think Cheng Chig Prince does have a chance, especially with Maya. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's my pick, Cheng Chig Prince.
Mm-hmm. And then Francis Louis will send 2 horses in race 7, Sunny Star and Cheng Chig Prince. I think that 2 of them will carry just a light weight, so both of them are quite good. And I will also go for number 10, Cheng Chig Prince, same as Joe, because we see that this 4-year-old is seeking for his 3rd consecutive victory under Ruhenmeyer again. And I think that although up in Class 2 and moving to Happy Valley this time seems not easy, but I really like his progress and the preparation. Before this race, this horse has several good gallops in recent mornings, especially the one on this Monday. He finished the gallop in a good time under Ruhenmeyer, and this horse looks really fit now. He likes to stay in front, so it will be easy for him to stay in a good position after jumping from gate 1. So to sum up race 7, Sara's selection will be number 4, Sava Queen. Steve likes number 11, Sunny Star. Joe and I will go for another Francis Louis horse, number 10, Cheng Chig Prince. So we just mentioned about the triple trio, the 3 legs. Let's go for our best bet. Sara, which is your best bet?
I like in race 4, I like the 1 double take. I think it's a very challenging field. I know we kind of mentioned before, you could really throw darts at this field and hope for the best. There's a lot of competition here. But what really stuck out to me, this horse has strong late speed figures, and I think that's what's going to compelled me the most to pick this horse. And I just think you could throw out the race 2 races ago at Charene. He just seemed to have a really bad trip, but looking at his performance coming to Happy Valley, I think this could possibly be an easy pick for this race. Like I said, his late speed figures are what really triggered me. Is just for this distance, I like to see how that horse can hold that speed, if not even increase. So I think double take's a good pick here.
Double take is having quite a good price here currently, 21-1. And I think that this will be his 2nd up for the season. I believe he will improve. Also, gate 1 is quite ideal. And Steve, how about you? What is your best bet?
I went for race 3, number 2, Telecom Rocket. He's one of 2 class droppers in the field, the other being Compassion Spirit. The form figures don't leap off the page. He's been 8.07 on his 3 runs this season, but he's been keeping good company. The last time a respectable 7th behind Diamond Brilliant, who's really flourishing at the moment. And it's interesting to see him reunited with Matthew Poon. He was on board 3 times last season, finished 1st, 2nd, 3rd on the horse, and he breaks from gate 4 nice and low. So for me, Telecom Rocket to take advantage of the class drop.
Yes, definitely. Drop in class is quite a good advantage for him. Telecom Rockets also have a good barrier trial recently, so quite good preparation before this race. And Joe, how about you? What is your best bet?
I'm going for the most hyped horse on the card, and that is the last race, Fa Fa, race number 9. The reports from from Vincent Ho is saying that he's really confident in the last race, especially since he's won at 1650. He says that he loves the 1650, and he's trialed well at Chongfa. So I think that, you know, this is going to be one of the ones where, you know, usually like last week I picked the blowout to win, but I think Fafa is going to have a really good 4-year-old campaign, especially if he wins in big fashion this Wednesday. So Fafa looks like he's been hyped. He's been on all over Hong Kong Jockey Club's tweets. So it's going to be hard to beat him. I think Fafa is going to be the one. And you're going to get 2-1. So that's not going to be bad at all. So I think Fafa, best bet on race number 9.
Yes. 2-1 chance for Fafa in race 9. He is unbeaten for the season, and I believe that the past 2 victories were quite impressive. So I think that he will remain unbeaten in this season. And for me, my best bet will be in the opener, race 1, number 3, Speed of a Second will be my best bet. He will be ridden by Alexis Badel and trained by Chris So. He is one of the class droppers in the first race, and he already proven himself very competitive in Class 5 last season. He beat Red Majesty in a Class 5 race in April, which is quite a good form, I think. And then he didn't keep it in Class 4, but every time over this course and distance, he was not beaten far, and he's doing well in recent mornings with impressive gallops. I believe he has a good chance in the opener. So number 3, Speed of a Second will be my best bet. And then let's talk about our value bet. Sara, do you have your value bet on Wednesday?
I do. Race 8, the 3, Simply Fluke, I think is a very interesting horse here. I like that Jerry's coming back into the irons. He got this horse a win at this distance back in July. But if you watch the replay of his last race out at the end of October, this horse had the widest trip, so we ran the longest race, really, and I thought it was a very strong performance. Yes, he came in 4th, but really, when you analyze and you kind of break down how his trip went, it was a very impressive ride. I think with this 1,200 meters, trying it again, getting Jerry back in the irons, who knows how to win on this horse, for the price, I definitely was going to pick him.
Yes, currently 15-1 chance for Simply Fluke in race 8. I think that he is quite a strong horse, always having good turn of foot, and I believe that he will not be afraid of the wide gate. And Steve, how about you? What is your value bet?
I like Divine Era in the first race. He's an interesting horse. He's only had 7 runs, but I think there was quite a bit expected of him at the beginning. He was a 2-1 favourite on his debut when he was 4th of 14 at Charene over the 6. So he's an interesting horse. And I think sometimes class droppers, they're not much use if they're not running well, but I think he is running quite well. On his penultimate run, he didn't really get the best of runs over 6 furlongs over course and distance, and then last time over the 5 furlongs he had quite a wide trip, so I think we'll see him in a better light. I also think Split of a Second is interesting, so maybe we'll win the forecast, maybe you first, me second in race 1.
Yeah, better play Cunella in the first race, because I also like Divine Era because he is a young horse, only 5-year-old, and then my best bet is already 8 years old. And then Divine Era is currently having a 7-1 chance, and I believe this time Gate 2 is really good for him. And then how about Joe? What is your value bet?
Yeah, I'm going to go back to race number 6. Amazing Rocky is my value bet. You are going to get some decent value, especially on the wins, because he's going to pay about $21, and then if you get a place, it's going to be about 4-1. So if Harmony Fire if he wins, then you'll probably have some good value underneath with Amazing Rocky, and it's going to be a tough race. I think that one, even though the odds are saying that, you know, Harmony Fire is going to win at even monies, I think you could take something as a blowout underneath. And, you know, who knows, we might have that triple trio from all of our picks. So I think that Amazing Rocky, good each way value. I definitely would take him as a value bet.
Okay, and my value bet will be also in race 6 as well. That is number 6, Magic Phoenix. Just as moving to Happy Valley is a good decision for this former New Zealand galloper, and I will not be surprised if he runs well in the big price of 23-1. So thank you for your time, Sara, Joe, and Steve. We just talked about the triple trio and our best bet and value bets as well. See you next week on Tuesday, and good luck on Wednesday this time. Hope we can keep our winning form. See you guys later. Bye-bye.